All right. Now, introduction to UI and UX. I'm going to briefly or quickly explain what UI and what UX is, and we're going to see their differences and their relationship. Right. So, firstly, we have the user interface. User interface refers to the way a user interacts with a product. All right. What is a product? A product in this case refers to either a mobile app or a website or basically any software application. Now, what do they mean by UI? By the way user interact with a product, it just simply means the way you interact with your mobile app, how you can probably move from your settings and go to services, go to your call log, go to your messages, and then check your WhatsApp. These are various ways we're talking about interactions. All right, so all those things are what we call UI. All right, UI basically refers to the looks and feel of how the product looks like. That's basically what UI is talking about. Now, what makes a good UI? All right, a well-designed UI helps users to increase users' productivity by making it easier for them to accomplish any tasks they want and access the information they need easily. Emphasis on the easiness. Okay, emphasis on what? The easiness. Now, any particular thing you're trying to do and you find it ease for you to actually do what you want to do and go out of that particular interface, just make sure it has a good UI. The goal of a UI is to make it easy and intuitive for users to access and use the feature and functions of a product. So, the goal of a UI is to make it easy for users to access and use the feature and functions of the product. All right. So when you're trying to use a particular product and you find it difficulty to actually maneuver or navigate your way around the interface, it means it has a bad UI. All right. So easiness is actually what makes a good UI. How that if somebody that doesn't really know much about technology happens to what download your mobile app or go to through your website, and then he or she goes around and then achieve or access the information they need easily without what anybody telling them go here, click here, do here. So you have to make sure that your UI has um, good feature and functionality for the users to access. All right, now let's quickly see user experience. User experience refers to the overall experience of a person using a product, that is UX. The overall experience of a person using a product, that's what we refer as UX. Now, what does it mean and how is it different from UI? All right, now UX goes beyond the look and interactions of a mobile app or any software application. All right, it goes beyond that. What UX checks is basically your understanding, your experience. How do you feel after using this particular app? How do you feel after accessing this website? How do you feel after using this particular cream for 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 1 month? Do you think you want to keep using the same cream, or you want to change to a different cream since that particular one is not good for your skin? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say here. So it basically asks the question about the experience you've had when interacting with a product. Now, say for example, you downloaded a food ordering app, probably the likes of Glovers, and then after installing it, you try to access the product to probably try to order for a product in the app. say jollof rice, then before you can actually navigate and get your way to order for the thing, then the processes were just too long, unnecessarily too long. You understand? We could say that your experience with that particular product is bad. Because I mean, there's no point of you having too many steps involved in trying to order for a meal. You're supposed to have just few steps for you to order for a meal. So it makes your experience with that particular um, product bad. Okay, so that is one. That is basically the point for that. Now let's see differences and relationship between UI and UX, and then after explaining this, probably we'll understand them better. Now, relationship and differences between UI and UX. Now, the relationship is that they are closely related but sometimes overlaps each other's discipline, meaning in some cases, some users prefer how an app looks like than what it actually does. Why, in the other case, some people will prefer what the app gives them than how it looks. So we have different users where there are different preferences. Do you understand? Now, what is their distinct difference? Now, the difference is here is UI attracts, why UX what retains. UI what attracts you, why UX is the one that helps retains you. All right. Now, let's give an example of say you own a shop, right? And your next neighbor also own a shop too, and you guys are selling the same product. It could be clothes, for example. Now, the way you package your store determines how the way you package your store will attract a lot of people. If you package it very well, it's going to attract a lot of people from a distance. Do you understand? Now, but if you don't package it very well, it's only going to attract people that will probably want to come around and check how much you sell your goods. Alright, so you have to first of all make it look very good so you can attract customers. When they come, then this is the one that will know determine if the customer is going to come back the next day or run away from you. After you attract a particular customer that wants to purchase a cloth from you, all right, and if the postman now finally come and then you guys snap again, and then the customer find out that your goods are very expensive, your product in this case are very very expensive, the customer is going to what run away from you. You could attract him, but what you couldn't what retain him. Now, in other words, there are a lot of people that doesn't mind about the price, since what they like is basically how the place looks like. You understand? You tend to find out people like that are people that probably want to make a bit of a video with your store, or snap the store and show their friends, this is where I am, a very big boutique, I want to buy something, you know. Now, in the other hand, another other shop that doesn't have this great UI, but then his goods are way cheaper than yours. So he tend to what retain customers, because what his goods are way cheaper than your own. So when they come to buy something from his hand, the price will probably drop by 20 or 30%, depending compared to your own. When it drops, they can buy his own goods instead of buying your own. You understand? So this one has ability of retaining customers. In fact, the customer that we are able to retain here would have to also go and what call other persons. Tell their friends to come and what patronize your store. Now, what am I trying to say? I'm just trying to say is that, right, in as much as UI is good and UX is good, you have to have both of them together. It's bad when you design a website and it looks so good, but then the content you are giving or what this website is all about is bad. You were able to attract a lot of people to your website, but then you couldn't retain them. They have to now leave and look for an alternative solution. Right? So in as much as you have to make it look good, you also have to make the experience for the users productively so that they know they're not wasting their time on your platform. Okay, so we're going to stop here.